seven-time Olympian who got recently appointed, of course, IOC Athletes Commission. And then we're talking about Funke Oshonaike. And somehow we said we're going to bring her to you to also get information and, of course, firsthand from her what it feels like with this recent appointment. And joining us to talk about a recent appointment when it comes to the world of, the Olympics and representing the athletes, of course, in the National Olympic Committee, is a Nigerian legend when it comes to table tennis. Funke Oshonaike joins us this afternoon. Funke, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations to you. And of course, just 6 days ago, it was your mom's birthday, and just 6 days after, you were back in this. I mean, congratulations. And how does it feel getting this particular role?
Oh my God, I'm so very happy. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for having me. I'm so overjoyed. I'm telling you, it's something I cannot actually describe because it's something I was not expecting. Last year, doing the Olympics in Paris, and yeah, I got lots of votes, but unfortunately, I was not elected. So I've already forgotten about it. That something else will come, but I never knew it would just come like this, that they will reach out to me one day and just be like, we saw all what you put in during Olympics in Paris, and then we'll be very happy if you can be a member of the International Olympic Athletes Commission and be the voice of all athletes around the world. Yeah, it's unbelievable, and I'm so happy. And it's so nice, to have this kind of a news here in Nigeria that I'm on holiday. It's so beautiful, I'm telling you.
All right, the first Nigerian to be appointed as the IOC Athletes Commission. I'd like to ask, what motivated you to take up this role, and what do you hope to achieve for Nigerian and African athletes in general?
I've lived all my life in Europe, half of my life in Europe. I've been living in Europe for like 30 years, more than 30 years, and I know how it is to have a good life in Europe. I know how it is, to see what is happening in Nigeria and in Africa too. And I know how it is that every time we go for competitions or we go for Olympics, how we athletes, we always look at the other athletes from different, Western world, the way they dress, the way they are doing their thing, the way they are concentrating, and we are battling this, we are battling that, we're going through so many things. So of course I'm a Nigerian, I'm a very, very proud Nigerian. Of course I'm going to make sure that I listen more to the voice of athletes in Nigeria first, then the athletes in Africa, because we are almost all going through the same things, and that's why what I'm supposed to be doing, listen to their voices, listen to their needs, what they need. And it's not only for all the athletes that are still competing, even for the retired athletes like me, what they need, their welfare after competing, listen to them, then go to the International Olympic Committee, the High Committee, tell them what is it's happening. We sit down together and we'll be able to, talk about how we can solve, help them and, solve some of their problems. That's my job. And I'm very, very happy. As Funke Oshonaike like to help people. Funke Oshonaike like to give it now. Funke Oshonaike just like to be there for everybody. And I'm so very happy that the International Olympic Committee President gave me this opportunity to serve my people and to serve everybody around the world.
All right, Funke, you've just talked about what you hope to do, try to also bridge the gap between the athletes and, of course, the respective bodies. Particularly, I do not think that Nigeria back home have really tapped enough into your wealth of resources or your wealth of knowledge. Looking at 7-time appearance at the Olympics, it's massive. It only takes, only a few athletes to be able to go back to back from in the 90s up until the last time you competed in Tokyo. But let's look at your experience. All the experience you've garnered in the world of the Olympics. How would you bring this experience to bear? In what angles or areas? You've talked about, giving back. But particularly, what area will you be focusing on in terms of bridging the gaps from athletes, both those that are participating at the moment and those that are, of course, stopped participating? How would you bridge the gap between this, with your expertise, going forward?
Let me tell you, in everything you're doing, you need funding. I think that's the major problem in Nigeria, and I think the same thing too. You have to see a lot of African athletes. We're all almost going through the same thing. Without funding, I think nothing is going to work, and that's the problem right now. Most of the time, preparation, we don't prepare well. I remember while growing, I forgot Oshonaike grew up in Nigeria. I remember during the 90s, 1991. I remember we preparing for All African Games in Cairo 91. The athletes were in camp for 1 year, preparing. There was no distraction, nothing. We left Lagos to Kwara State. You see, I've been there and done that. I know how it is. I know Nigeria can do it, and that's what happened that time. We were in camp for 1 year, and table tennis used to win 7 gold medals. But right now, you see that even in table tennis, it's even hard to win 1 gold medal because we lack preparation. And it's not only in table tennis; it's the same thing in almost every sport in Nigeria. Even if it is even affecting football too, everybody loves football. The same thing is happening too. So funding, we have a lot of people that can just do this thing in Nigeria, that can fund sport. Federal government cannot do everything, That's why we need all these corporates, all these private citizens, everybody to help us, you understand, so that things can get back to the way it used to be. Without funding, without preparation, I think we just keep complaining. And that is why most of the time we have talent in Nigeria, we have talent in Africa, but we are always getting distracted. We're always waiting that we've not collected our equipment. When are they going to pay us our allowance? When are they doing this? When are they doing that? Before you know what is happening, we get distracted. Before we know what is happening, that that will stop us from performing well. And so that is why I'm there right now. So that anytime, I kept telling my people that anytime they need me, I'm there. I'm here to serve. I've been there, done that. I'm here to serve, I really wanted to start doing something here, but then I don't think they're actually looking at my side. But anytime they want me, believe me, I'm a Nigerian. I love Nigeria so much, and I'm actually ready to give back to the country, you understand, that gave me a lot. I'm telling you that fact. So that's why every time I see athletes suffering, we're not supposed to be suffering. Really. We are good here in Nigeria. We're very, very, very good. But the thing is just that we need funding, we need encouragement. We need all those people, all this administrator to be there for us instead of pressing athletes down, which is not good. Until we start doing this, I think we'll still be lamenting. The book of lamentation in the Bible. That's what is happening in Nigeria.
All right. I don't know if Jidechi has a question for Funke.
Okay, very nice to speak to you, and congratulations, of course, on your appointment. But I think you've addressed the question I would have asked, which is something we've seen with the Nigerian athletes and the Olympic Committee over the past couple of Olympic Games, where we had Nigerian athletes complaining that the treatment they are getting is not the same as their fellow counterparts from other countries. But I think I'll just repeat that question for one more time. What new initiatives do you think your role could see you bring to the table that could serve the welfare of the Nigerian athletes?
For them to come and talk to me, and then I will talk to the members and tell them that, okay, we need to have a level playground for all athletes all over the world, because some athletes, they are so good, but because of what is happening in their country, they are not getting enough funding to really be able to give their best. If there is a special way they can help them out, I hope so, that they can actually help this, this country, these athletes in need, But I'm telling you, in actual fact, International Olympic Committee are actually helping some athletes. That is why before the Olympics, there are some scholarship they always give to some athletes that they believe that they can qualify for the Olympics, But yeah, I collected it. I remember collecting something like that too, but it's never enough, because even that one, we still need Nigeria to help us more. You understand? That is putting us in camp, traveling to so many places to get ourselves ready. You understand? So I'm waiting for them. It is individual. You just have to come and talk to me. Then I'll be able to talk to every other members, and we can see how to go about it. But there's one thing they normally say: charity begins at home. I know Nigeria. We can do it. We can do it. Believe me. I'm actually. It's so sad that every time we travel, I've been there too. I've been one of them. You know, I remember the last Olympics that I went to that was in Tokyo. I know what happened. I know if you could remember, I know that they were demonstrating because of this funding. We are not getting this. We're not getting that. Then in the long run, before you know what is happening, the athletes, they're not winning any medal. You know, how could athletes win medal when their mental health is affected?
Okay.
Do you understand? Something has to be done really, and very fast.
All right, Funke, before we let you go, what's your message to the young girl out there, young athlete out there who wants to take up a particular sport but met with challenges you've just mentioned? What would be your message to them?
Let me tell you one thing. I remember how I started here in Nigeria. Funke Oshonaike is not from a rich family. All of you know my story. I started living in one-room apartment in Shomolu. But one thing I will never forget is that my daddy, I love my daddy. He tried for me. My first racket, I will never forget it. My daddy had to go outside to borrow money to buy me my first racket. Just keep talking to your parents and just be like, Mommy, Daddy, I'm going to be champion one day. Just help me out. I'm not going to take care of you the way I'm actually taking care of my parents right now. I don't play with my daddy. And don't give up. Please keep working hard. And please don't forget one thing. Even though you love sport, you are crazy about sport, but remember one thing, sport is not forever. Anything can happen anytime. As you all know, Funke Oshonaike now, I'm a nurse too. I went back to school. When I was in Nigeria, I was combining both of them together. So please don't forget to always combine, sport and education together, because when sport stops, you will still have your education to fall back on. And don't worry about giving back. When I gave back to my fourth child, when I came back to Nigeria, I won 4 gold medals to my country. So believe me, honestly, as a girl child out there, you can be who you want to be. But remember, one of my sisters used to say that there are 3 Ds, Sister Mary. He would say dedication, discipline, and determination. And don't forget to be focused. Then this sky, believe me, honestly, will be your starting point. But yes, these 3 Ds, very, very important.
All right. Thank you very much. A valid point and also advice from Funke Oshonaike. I mean, it was an exciting time having you on the show today. We look forward to more of a support to you, and of course from Nigeria and from Youth Central towards what you're doing in the world of sports. And we hope to have you again sometime. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, all my fans all over the world. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you too. All right, let's move on now to the world of cricket, where Nigeria's senior men's cricket team, the Yellow Greens, opened their trophy campaign against Zambia with a win in Abuja, powered by a standout all-round display from Prosper Useni of No Limit Cricket Club. Now sent into bat, Nigeria posted 138 over 8 in 20 overs, boosted by key contributions from the Ukwe brothers, Isaac and Sylvester, alongside Isaac Danladi, defending 139. The Yellow Greens delivered a disciplined bowling performance with, of course, Useni, Vincent Adewoye, and Isaac Ukwe sharing all wickets to restrict Zambia 19 runs short. Now, Useni shone brightest, claiming 4 wickets at an economy of 3.50 to earn the MVP award. Rwanda tops the standings after a dominant win over Sierra Leone, while Nigeria sits second.